Today on SPN, we will be discussing about some rather spooky topics.
And we're also going to talk about my new series, which is episode 2, which is a sneak peek. SPN starts now.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, or even your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the road starts to fall. I'll be there for you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Luke Arcobas.
And I'm Jonathan Fuetwell.
And welcome back to another episode of SPN. Now, students, just a disclaimer, you're going to see some rather scary images for this episode. But don't worry, they're not that scary.
Or are they?
No, they're not that scary.
And now, let's send it up to Camila Jalid with your sports.
Today in sports, I want to talk something really special to me. 2 years ago, I used to go to this place called the Miami Miracle League. This place is really amazing. People with disabilities go there to play the sports that they've always wanted to play. Some people play baseball, some people play basketball, and some people play tennis. The coach that I met was one of the nicest people I've ever literally met. He knows how to treat us, the kids who have disabilities, really well, and he lets them know that they're very special in their own way. Now I got to go to do my health package. See you guys. Oh, hey there. You guys might be wondering, Camila, why are you breathing like that? Oh, well, because I love to breathe, actually. Breathing is what keeps you alive. There's a lot of things that come to when you breathe. When you breathe in oxygen, and then you breathe out carbon dioxide. It's really important to know how well you breathe and how long you have to breathe for. Now, sometimes people have this thing called asthma, which can lead you to not breathing right and properly. When you have an asthma attack, the first thing that you need to do is get your inhaler so it can give you time to breathe. Oh, gosh, I need to do my breathing exercises again. Don't forget to follow us on SPN Wolfpack and like all of our pictures. See you guys later. Bye.
Okay, this is where the disclaimer comes into play. You have been warned. Anyways, I'll be right back. You know what to do.
Alright.
So you have sat through The Nun and Pet Sematary and the new Child's Play film, and you think you can go through any horror film with no hesitation and with bravery through a Brigard expression. Not if that movie is Paul Blart Mall Cop. This is a film that many moviegoers and horror fanatics avoid at all costs. Mostly cause it's bad, but also cause it makes The Mist look like Barney's Great Adventure and makes Food Fight look like a Studio Ghibli film. But that would be underestimating the horrors that await you with this 10-year-old nightmare fuel. Number 15. Obesity. In the beginning of Paul Blart Mall Cop, you're greeted with Paul Blart Mall Cop chasing after you. Nothing is more terrifying than an overweight male chasing after you with murderous intentions. Number 14. Segway. Pennywise may have killed children, but Paul Blart Mall Cop has killed something even worse. When Paul Blart Mall Cop rides a Segway to work, he is annoyed by a little dog. So he runs it over, ultimately ending its life and beginning Paul Blart Mall Cop's bloodshed. Number 13. Now that's easy. When Paul Blart Mall Cop tells another mall cop that he doesn't use a gun, he's basically saying he doesn't want his victims to go out the easy way. If you don't get goosebumps from this scene alone, then you're probably not human. Number 12. Stalker. Has Jason or Freddy ever stalked a woman through a security camera? I don't think so. Number 11, Just Dance. At a bar, Paul Blart Mall Cop gets wasted, which unleashes his inner evil. One sight of this scene will bring shivers and fear into the viewer. Number 10, Guitar Villain. One situation you wouldn't want to be in is your greatest fear playing Guitar Hero while a criminal organization robs the same mall that you bought your Vans from. Number 9, Crushed Bones. Running at and conquering your fears is a common practice in horror films. But if your greatest fear is Paul Blart Mall Cop, then don't even think about challenging him, or your bones will be crushed by an air vent. Number 8, Family Guy. Paul Mall Blart Cop looks awfully like the character from Family Guy, who can possibly do all the things that make us laugh and cry. Peter Griffin. Number 7, Sneaky. Paul Blart Mall Cop sneaks up on the leader of the criminal organization, thirsty for more blood. But instead of finishing him off, he decides to strike fear and run away, luring his victims. If you hear this sound, you're not going to get out unscathed. Number 6, Deathbed. When Paul Blart Mall Cop realizes he has no friends, he throws a helpless victim in a tanning bed and brutally murders him. Number 5, Sugar. Like all horror movie characters, they have an exploitable weakness. For Paul Blart Mall Cop, he passes out if he doesn't take sugar, which is why he is after the blood of his enemies. Number 4, Rainforest Cafe. The last thing you want in your local Rainforest Cafe is for Paul Blart Mall Cop to stalk and kill all of your friends, including you. Watch as this monster lifts this adult male with no effort. I don't know about you, but I will never walk into a Rainforest Cafe ever again. Number 3, Ball Pit. How would you feel if a mall cop emerged from a ball pit on a Segway, came up to you and broke your skull? You wouldn't, cause you'd be dead. Number 2, Champs. Champs is a sports store for all your sporting needs, but it is also where Paul Blart Mall Cop claims another life. Paul Blart Mall Cop lures his prey in with a toy robot before sending him in the air and finishing him off with a hockey stick, breaking his rib cage, crushing his vital organs, and killing him. Hockey is a fun contact team sport played on a rink where teams of skaters use their sticks to shoot a hockey puck into their opponent's net to score points. But like Jason, Paul Cop Mall Blart has an eerie connection to hockey, almost like he doesn't want you to play hockey ever again. Have you ever seen me play hockey? The answer is no. Number 1, Hungry for More. If you think you can sit through Paul Blart Mall Cop without getting chills down your spine, then you'll be shocked that it has a sequel. Watch as Paul Blart Mall Blart emerges from a desert to seek blood in the city of Seattle. Watch it. If you dare. Are you scared yet? No? You got anything?
Well, we have the scariest package today.
Oh yeah, you're right. We do have something scary for you. Jose, this is weather and gaming package. Take it away.
This week at Schoolhouse Prep, we are expecting sunny weather with a chance of rain. Don't worry, we will stay dry till next time. Back to you guys in the studio. What is up, people in the schoolhouse? This is Jose Gascu, reporter for SPN. And today we are going to be talking about Halloween and Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Nintendo Switch. Let's get scary! In Halloween, we always have a scary holiday. We also have some good news. It's going to be one scary night. The costumes that people wear are very scary. Kind of like Harry Potter, The Flash, or any costume at all. In this Halloween special, like I said, we always have a scary holiday. And now we move on. That's all, folks. This is Jose Gaskew signing off. Bye.
Were you scared? No?
Hey, Luke, there's more!
Really?
Yes, and I'm gonna roll the intro to my new series that I created, which is called The Fall and Rise of the Character Series, Episode 2, The Devil Within. Take it away!
I am not the enemy. Ooh. I have learned to sleep through pain too. And when the old scenes change, you'll see it's all a game. Beat myself down to the core. I lose my friends, what's it all for? Isn't it just like life? Convince me that I'm right, and take away my only escape. My beautiful little vice, throw it in my face. My mother told me you are not your bruises. Everybody uses someone sometimes. We are only human. But I don't let my guard down for no one. 'Cause I've been bruised before.
The hell is this? A necklace? It's like a dragon necklace, maybe? Kinda looks cool though, I guess.
Hello, Pharrell.
Who are you?
I'm the devil.
How's that possible?
You thought I didn't exist. Your poor mind. No wonder you're depressed. Lost all those characters. For I fear nothing. I am fear itself. I will create someone else in its stead. This being will be manifested from your depression. For as long as you live in sin, I will name him Cedric. Pharrell, you are not the only one that has power. Your love by creating is drowned by your sadness.
I'm not sad.
Deep down inside, you are still a scared little boy who lost his Pharrell legacy. Just like your father.
Shut up! You don't know anything about me!
But I do, Pharrell. You created me, Jonathan, and I will destroy you. For we are two sides of the same mirror. For we are twins, Jonathan. Two equals, born on opposite ends of the spectrum. I am a part of sin. You create, and I destroy. Together, we can make a romantic dance as creators and characters. I will have control of your mind, for I will live in the shadow as your character. My life depends on it.
What the? Get this necklace off of... What are you doing? You can't do this!
How poetic. The universe brought us all together.
No.
You took me every step of the way till I killed my father. And now you bring me to the end again.
No.
So that we
No.
can kill you two together.
No! No! Alright guys, since you got scared, let's roll the tape to the Random Act of Kindness package.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan here, aka ENS Fuego on YouTube, and today we're gonna talk about the Random Act of Kindness. A random act of kindness is a selfless act performed by kind people to either help or cheer up a random stranger, for no reason other than to make people happier. When I first learned about the Random Act of Kindness, I reached over 1,000 subscribers in January, and I never give up on myself. A few things you need to learn is that no matter how hard you work, you still find time to help others. You can accomplish by kindness what you cannot by force. Do things for people, not because of who they are or what they do in return, but because of who you are. Believe in yourself, have faith, and always move forward. In my Ferrero family's legacy, Ferreros never give up. Never forget that. That is all I have to say about the Random Act of Kindness. Reporting for SBN, I am Jonathan Ferrero.
Alright, Coach John. So, what do you think today is going to be?
I think we're getting close to Halloween, and I think here at SPN we're excited to bring classmates and our Schoolhouse Prep family a new episode of Schoolhouse in a little more of a spooky fashion.
Well then, can you tell us what the spooky fashion is, my man?
Stay tuned and watch what our wonderful Schoolhouse Prep team here at SPN has created.
Alright, that's all folks. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Wanna watch Igor for free on YouTube? Now, I really wanted to talk about Into the Spider-Verse for this episode. It's a mature, compelling, and emotional cinematic masterpiece with the most beautiful and unique visuals and animation since Loving Vincent, Spirited Away, Prince of Egypt, and every Golden Age Disney film. It's that good. However, I wanted to cover a Halloween film for today, because but expect an analysis on Into the Spider-Verse somewhere around December for its 1-year anniversary. Also, I wanted to do something easier this time since the Toy Story package was a mouthful for me. But let's talk Igor. A lot of people don't really remember this film, neither did I till I saw it was free on YouTube. It was mostly a weird enigma, and to be fair, it had to compete with these films that year, and yeah, it's definitely not near the length of these flicks, but I was still positively surprised by what Igor had to offer. But firstly, let's address its flaws, because of course it has flaws. The two villains of the film are uninspired with pretty bland and generic motivations. One of the villains looks way too similar to another character. The graphical designs don't hold up at all. Some of the lip syncing is just really bad. The film has a common need to explain the plot to us rather than let the visuals explain it. The climax was just lacking to me, and the story isn't really that strong, as it's lacking emotional moments that would have given more of an insight on Igor as a character. Like for example, they could have put more emphasis on Igor's childhood. With that being said, it's pretty good. How good? 7 out of 10. When addressing this film, most people will point out that it looks like Tim Burton's works. I don't buy it. I get the gothic aspect, but most of Tim Burton's works are odd, whimsical, and sometimes a little creepy. Igor has this steampunk, dark, futuristic, early 20th century look to it, and it gives it a unique edge.
Get it? It's funny because it's
The dark humor could have been forced, yet it fits in with the edgier tone Igor has, and due to most of the timing, the film can deliver some good laughs.
I made him immortal, which is kind of a hassle for him since he doesn't want to live.
The story isn't really that strong, again due to the lack of an emotional tension and also, of course, the climax. However, the film keeps a consistent pace with a few exceptions, so that's good and all. But this film has some great elements that have messed with my expectations, and they deserve their own segment as a result. Even though it's a black comedy, the film has some charming characters, mostly charming. Igor is a likable protagonist who wants to prove the town of Malaria that despite being an Igor, he can be one of the greatest evil scientists. But he also has personal insecurities about himself and his failures, which make him think more deeply about himself, especially when he grows more attached to Eva. Speaking of which, Eve didn't grow up. Eva is stupidly over the top with her prima donna personality, and seeing such insanity is a blast to sit through. Interestingly enough, her wanting to play the role of Annie makes narrative sense, given that her first kind deed was playing with blind orphans. This is cohesion. Skip and Brian are solid comic reliefs, but I do wish they had more of a connection to Igor's insecurities, cause Skip especially delivers some great lines. The voice acting fits almost perfectly with these characters' personalities.
Finally! Now I can throw out that rug in the foyer. That thing is hideous.
Hey, wait a minute.
Wazowski!
But there is something that just forms this movie and makes up for a lot of the faults of Igor, making it a decent film with a few strong elements.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Firstly, the music makes sense, given the early 20th century feel the film has. Kinda like how Fallout uses its music. Not only does his music slap, but nearly every Lois Prima song in this film makes narrative sense. Pennies from Heaven foreshadows a climax, though a weak one, and is a contrast to the world that lives off of misfortune, which is considered fortune in the town of Malaria.
Don't you know each cloud contains banners from heaven?
Jump Jivin' is really the only song here that doesn't fit narratively, but it is probably a cohesion to Pennies from the Heaven.
Baby, baby, it looks like it's gonna hit.
Please Come Home showcases the overall situation in hand and subtly hints Igor's loneliness.
Oh, baby, won't you please come home? 'Cause your little daddy's gonna be all alone.
Beep Beep foreshadows Eva's transformation into an actor and sets the mood of a place like an early 20th century car wash nicely. But Bigger the Figure is easily one of the best musical implications I have seen in an animated film. It blew my mind. In fact, its implication in this scene is even better than how What's Up Danger was implicated in Into the Spider-Verse. Though, that doesn't mean this scene is better or as good as it. No, nothing is as good as this scene. Especially since one looks like this, the other looks like... Sorry, back to Igor. The way the music and the beat syncs with the movements on screen is just astounding. It establishes the growing relationship between Igor and Eva. The lyrics are an over-exaggeration of Eva's character. Big, monstrous, ugly, and sweet. Yet Igor finds her neat. It is a subtle way to show the growth between their relationship. It would have been just whatever without the music. But they made this scene work, and they did even more of it. The last three songs aren't from Lois Prima, but are worth mentioning. Tomorrow was implemented because, you know. Then there is I Can See Clearly Now. Its only reason being here is for a joke. Not a strong one though. One of the weaker jokes in the film too. Then there is the end credits song. Is it here because it has the word sunshine in it? It's a song about depression in a movie that was never really about depression. But it's only the end credits song, so it shouldn't really count. But yeah, that's Igor for you. It's not a beautifully crafted masterpiece or a mature and compelling piece of writing or anything like that, but you'll be surprised. Speaking of surprises, you know what these three films have in common? Well, sorry, you're gonna have to wait. This is Luke Arcobas reporting for SPN. Have a good Spooktober. Well, sorry we couldn't spook you this year, but I hope you enjoyed this episode at least.
And also, make sure to subscribe to the SBN channel, leave a comment down below, like, and also turn on post notifications. We will see you guys on the next SBN episode. Happy Halloween!